So after having a dominant freshman season and putting up numbers that honestly nobody expected, I felt like it was only right to take out some of that time out of the 4 weeks off we get and enjoy myself a nice vacation. You know, kind of like a gift to myself for the blood, sweat, and tears I put in. And as y'all might have seen from the intro, I did not in fact go on this vacation alone. So if y'all remember, in my second episode, I went on a date with this girl named Azaria. And after getting to know each other more, we ended up making things official. So as y'all could guess, with the way things were going in football and the way things were going in my personal life, I was at an all-time high. But you know how the story go, man. When you feel like nothing could possibly go wrong, it seemed like something always happened that make you take a step back. And while I was out enjoying my vacation, I ended up getting a phone call from one of my cousins. Now, if y'all been keeping up with me for a while, then y'all know how my family situation is. But if y'all are new, let's just say I'm not a very family-oriented person. So getting a phone call at a random time like this was very unexpected, so I just knew it had to be something serious. And well, that's when he proceeded to tell me that my grandpa had passed away. Now, as y'all could assume, as soon as I got the news, my vacation was cut short and I had to head back home to Birmingham. And man, to be honest, this ain't even feel real. I couldn't even bring myself to believe that he actually gone. Again, if y'all been watching for a while, then y'all know that my granddad was the only person in my family that treated me like family. I mean, he raised me for the most part of my life until he got sick, and that's when I had to go stay with my aunt, and I mean, y'all know how that went down. On the same night of the funeral, when we got back to the hotel, I was up all night. I just had a lot going through my mind, a lot of heavy thinking. One thing that kept replaying in my head was my grandpa's favorite saying. He used to always tell me to not wait for the light, but be the one who strikes the match. And I felt like that phrase replaying in my mind over and over again was a sign for me to make a change. See, I had been trying to decide, do I stay at Kansas where I'm comfortable, or do I expand my horizon and try to become more of a bigger superstar than I already am? Now, there was one school on my radar that I knew could take me to the next level of superstardom. I honestly felt like everything would improve if I transferred to this program. Felt like I could be more of a weapon on the offense, my brand exposure would go through the roof, and y'all already know they offering me a bag. And to me, that was enough for me to make my decision, and your boy Dominique Harper is now an Oregon Duck. One thing I knew for sure when I got to Oregon was that I was not going to be staying on campus. And thankfully, I was able to find a nice apartment about 15 minutes away. You know, nothing too crazy, just enough space for me and my girl. She just graduated college and she decided to come along with me instead of staying back home in Kansas. But anyways, after putting up all the decorations, the spot really began to come together. I definitely felt like I'd be able to stay here for the next couple of years comfortably until, of course, it's time for me to enter my name into the draft. See, everybody deals with losing a family member differently. And well, this time, the way I was dealing with it was by shutting everything out. I mean, I felt like all I had outside of Azaria was football. So that's where I put all my energy. I was hitting the gym like crazy. I mean, at this point in my life, this was the only way I could find peace. And I really wish that I could have enjoyed my transfer to Oregon, knowing that this is a really big step in my football career. But I mean, I just wasn't in the right headspace. And I haven't felt this level of depression since the day my mom passed back when I was 7 years old. I would end every workout sitting in the locker room drenched in sweat just thinking. Knew it wouldn't be healthy for me to start my sophomore season with a cloud over my head. So at this point, I'm just trying to think of anything positive, anything that would put a smile on my face, but nothing came to mind. Now, Azaria, she deserved a round of applause. She understood what state I was in. She understood I didn't feel like talking and she didn't force me to. It was multiple times that I didn't even have an appetite, and if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have ate that day. She would just sit beside me and chill, just reassuring me that she's always by my side in case I need someone to talk to. And this felt foreign to me, but in a good way, because in the past, if I was going through something, I had nobody to turn to. But just as well as I knew I had to get myself back on track, she knew the same thing. Well, one day she told me to get dressed because her parents came out here to Oregon to visit, and she said we were supposed to go out to dinner with them. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I was low-key irritated when she told me that because she know I'm not in the mood. She know I'm going through something right now, so why would she invite me to dinner with her parents knowing they gonna want to talk? But regardless, I got dressed and we was on our way. But to my surprise, when we got there, it was not her parents we was having dinner with. If he looked familiar to y'all, then that's because this is my high school coach. He was also in my first episode, if y'all remember. Man, Azaria outdid herself with this one. Apparently, she got in contact with my old high school coach, told him what was going on, and flew him out here to Oregon to talk to me. And that's exactly what he did, man. We had a great conversation, and for the first time since my grandpa passed, I was able to finally smile for once. And I can't lie, man, this was the best gift I've gotten in a long time. After speaking with my high school coach, I finally started to get things back on track, and I felt like now I'll be able to start my sophomore season off the right way. Yes, sir, man. First game of my sophomore season at a completely new program. And it's hitting different already, man. Y'all see that tunnel entrance? Stadium is at full capacity. Yeah, my boy, I could get used to this. For the first game of the season, we are up against Boise State. Hey man, my first play here at Oregon is one I would like to forget, running into a brick wall for a loss of 1. Before you know it, we facing a 3rd and 10. I pick up a gain of 3, which is not enough to move the chain. Boise State go up 3, and we got some concerned fans because your boy can't even convert on a 3rd and inches. I'm gonna have to lock in. It's all good because on that 4th and 1, coach want to keep the ball in my hands. I easily grab that first down and a few more. And I'm slowly starting to get a rhythm with a handoff at a 2nd and 1, picking up a gain of 9. Few plays later at a 2nd and 7, he gonna get a ball to me again. It's a wide open gap. I take some ankles as I pick up a gain of 17.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
A touchdown pass to Decorian Moore will give us that 7-3 lead. QB goes my way on the screen pass. I get set up with some great blocks and pick up a huge gain before being brought down.
Got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Back-to-back big plays. Your boy's starting to warm up, as y'all can see, breaking through that line and picking up a gain of 11. Another touchdown pass will make it 14-3, and we right back in the red zone. I would get my first 6 of the game, my first 6 at Oregon. We are now up 21-3 in the 3rd quarter. Outside handoff, and I'm able to bend the corner. Getting past that 20, running straight through a defender before being brought down outside the 10. That last drive ends in a field goal. Boise State makes it 10-24. It don't even matter, man, because I break one tackle and the floodgates is wide open. I'm taking off. Ain't nobody going to be able to lay a finger on me. Getting past that 20, that 10, and hopping into the end zone for my second 6 of the game, man. Let's get it. Score is now 13-31, but much like last year, man, even if we got a big lead, I'm not going to slow down. See, I got 194 rushing yards. I might as well break 200. It looked like I'm going to do that running straight through defenders, being brought down inside the 10. 208 rushing yards, and now I'm not done as I find the end zone again for my 3rd of the game. First game of the season goes exactly how we planned, with the final score being 45-20. And y'all seen it started off shaky, but I started to heat up, ending the game with 247 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns off 31 attempts. Second game of the season against FCS Northwest, and as y'all can see, this starts off just like the last one. Try to go back to me on that 2nd and 13, but I barely pick up any. 3rd and 11, QB gonna float one to the flat, and I'm out of bounds, leaving us at a 4th and 12. FCS also don't score, and on that next drive, taking my 5th handoff for the game, I'm finally able to break one. I see a whole lot of green grass, and I'm going to take this into the end zone for my first 6 of the game. But hey, y'all boys, this FCS team came to play. Facing the 3rd and 15, QB give it to me in the flat. I don't know how I did that, but somehow I got out of all that traffic, but still not enough to pick up the first down. We do get a field goal, making it 10-0. Starting this one off in motion. QB's going to find me on the left side of the field behind the secondary, and I take off. And that speed kills, man. I get into that end zone easy for my 2nd of the game. Score is 17-0. We're starting to pull away now like we should have been doing, honestly. So I pick up another nice gain off a big run. Doing something different. I'm lined up on the outside this time. Got a go route. Hey, look at the accuracy, though. The QB throws an absolute dot to get us inside that 20. Coming back from halftime, and we're up 20-0. My O-line is doing a great job blocking, giving me enough time to catch some open space. Breaking out of one tackle, and if I didn't stumble, that would have been a house call, and y'all know it. But nevertheless, man, we pick up a huge gain, putting us at 168 rushing yards. We only need inches to pick up that first down, but instead I'm going to take it the whole way, getting us into that end zone for my 3rd of the game, man. Let's go. Score is 27-0. Starting off in motion, QB scanning the field is going to find me across the middle. I take one defender out his shoes before going out of bounds, giving me 100+ receiving yards and 100+ rushing yards. 3rd and 1 in the red zone, QB going to hand it off to me. Running through the defense to get into that end zone for, I think this is my 4th of the game. We're not even done, man. 3rd quarter, the score is now 34-0. I know I'm not taking my foot off the gas, picking up a huge game.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Second blowout in a row. The final score is 48-3. Now, if we're being honest, this was expected of Oregon going up against the FCS school. But nevertheless, man, I still had a great game. Finishing with 116 receiving yards, 234 rushing yards off of 23 attempts, and 4 touchdowns. 2-0, for our third game of the season, we were up against our in-state rival. And as y'all can see, man, I'm getting busy from the jump. Picking up a gain of 18 on my first handoff.
It really shows you his skills on that last run. And I feel like today, if you're a running back at Oregon, you are a...
And we moving down that field quick on our first drive, taking this one straight up the seam, picking up a gain of 8. A few plays later, the quarterback goes with a read option, decides to keep it, and gets into that end zone for our first 6 of the game. Oregon State does not score, and before you know it, we right back in the red zone, splitting through that O-line, and I'm brought down at the 4. Very next play, I go untouched straight to the end zone for my first 6 of the game, putting us up 2 touchdowns.
Well, this offense is
Second quarter, Oregon State is finally on the board with 7, but we still up 2 touchdowns, and y'all see I'm still picking up big yards on the ground.
And they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle?
But we get stopped on that last drive with 16 seconds left in the second quarter. Trying to add some points to the board. The QB's going to throw a dot to me coming out the flat, and I'll pick up some much-needed yards. Our first play of the third quarter with a 24-7 lead. We are not content with that, and I start the half off to perfection, ripping off a big run. Later that drive inside the 20, he going to hand the ball off to me, and I see a straight lane into that end zone, which I'm able to capitalize off of.
And the beatdown has ensued. It's as if the
Score is now 31-7. Late in the third quarter, and look how wide open that A gap is, man. It ain't gonna get no easier than that. Scoring my third touchdown of the night.
And they take it in for 6 more points.
38-7, and we already know it's wraps, especially with it being the fourth quarter. But that don't even matter to me, y'all boys. I'm trying to put some good film on tape for those NFL scouts.
And how much running room have they been able to find?
And once again, much like my other touchdowns, I go completely untouched into the end zone, making that score look even worse. Score is now 45-7, and the only reason I'm still showing y'all this game is because I'm still balling out, man. I'm making some crazy plays. A short toss play will get me into the end zone for my 5th time tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I done scored so many times, I don't even remember, to be honest.
This always is the debate.
3 wins, 3 complete blowouts, man. We finished this game with the final score being 52-7. Y'all already seen I had a day. Finishing this game with an insane 317 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns off of 33 carries. What most people would consider our first competition of this season, we are up against the 4-0 UCLA Bruins. Y'all see I'm starting off with a screen pass getting inside that 30. We don't score that first drive, but neither does UCLA. Backed up in our own end zone at a 2nd and 7, I'm going to give us some breathing room. I'm not going to lie, man, for the most part, at least for right now, UCLA been able to stop the run game. 2nd and 9, my center is doing a great job blocking. I see a wide open A gap and pick up some big yards. Another 2nd down, this time at a 2nd and 7. That A gap is wide open again. I slip a tackle before being brought down right in front of that 20. Hey, and if y'all was watching me last season at Kansas, then y'all know I could very well be a receiver too, making big plays in the air. And before you know it, our QB connects with the tight end for a touchdown, giving us our first 6 of the game. But UCLA will also go down and tie it up. That B gap is wide open. I'm splitting through the defense. Y'all already know your boy is dangerous in open space, man. Taking off for a huge game. Will anybody catch me? No, they will not. I get into that end zone for a huge touchdown. Listen to that crowd, man. They be going crazy. I love it here at Oregon. I can't lie.
You know they love their track at Oregon. And when the gun goes off and
third quarter now, UCLA has added on a field goal, making it 10-14. Hey, y'all see how deadly that hezzy was. Boy hit the ground. But I pick up a good game right here. Very next play with my mindset on 6, we're going to go with the handoff. I'm slicing and dicing through that defense for a quick gain to 12. You can notice we slowly but surely starting to wear that defense down. I pick up another quick gain to 10. So we do score, but so does UCLA, making it 21-18. Coming out the flat, QB goes my way at a 3rd and 3. I'm going to pick up that first down and much more. Very first play of the fourth quarter, I'm going straight up the gut. Nearly getting into that end zone, but I'm stopped just short. Hand off to the outside, and this time I'm able to get into that end zone, giving me my second 6 of the game. The game is far from over, man. They cut it to a field goal, and there's still 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Due to some great blocking, I'm able to break off a big one, stiff arming the defender into the dirt, slipping out of tackles before being brought down past that 40. Lined up on the outside, I blow straight past my defender on a go route. Look how beautiful that ball placement was, man. We get into that end zone for a quick one.
And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
They went down and scored again, but we're able to kneel the clock out and take that win. What a good game against the number 18th ranked UCLA, man. They came to play, no doubt. But they couldn't do enough with the final score being 35-32. I finished the game with 196 rushing yards off of 16 attempts and 3 touchdowns. And y'all see your boy was averaging 12.3 yards a carry, man. That's a crazy good game, I can't lie.
Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody.
Ohio State will be the next team on our schedule, and this time we in their home turf. And my first handoff goes for a gain of 4. Trying to keep from going 3 and out on our first drive. Lined up on the outside, I got a short little out route. QB goes my way and I pick up that first down. My big guys up front is doing some good work early that first drive, allowing me to get another good run, breaking some tackles, being brought down past that 40. 3rd and 4, and we are not trying to settle for a field goal. Now we want to tie the game up. But unfortunately, I get hung up on a blocker and I'm brought down a yard short. They go down and score again, making it 14-3. It don't matter who we playing or how much we down or nothing. I'm gonna make sure I go out there and get mine every single time, breaking another big run, doing what I do best, man. We get into that end zone, scoring our first 6 of the game. Hey, man, I'm chasing that record this season.
Touchdown, Oregon.
After breaking off for that huge play, man, your boy feel good. I'm juiced up now, grabbing a quick gain of 9 yards. Very next play on that 2nd and inches, they gonna put the ball back in my hands, breaking out of some tackles before being brought down outside the 40. Facing the 3rd and 5, the ball's gonna go my way again off a screen pass. I popped the mess out of the defense before being popped myself. Right outside the 20-yard line, got my eyes set on that red end zone. I'm taking off, running through defenders before being brought down a few yards short. Slipping out of one tackle, man, I'm not going down that easy, running through a defender and getting to that end zone for my 2nd touchdown of the game and giving us that lead.
And that is exactly what you want.
Only seconds left in the first half. Of course, I'm trying to break another one and add points to the board, but OSU is all over that. My first handoff coming back from the halftime. I've been bullying this defense all day, and I put another red jersey in the dirt before being brought down. Later that drive, facing the 2nd and 2, that seam is not going to get any more water than that. I pick up another big gain on the ground. Lined up outside instead of behind the quarterback. I'm fading out to the left. He throws a dot my way. I'm slipping out of 1 tackle, 2 tackles, and make my way into the end zone, scoring my 3rd touchdown of the game, man. Let's go. And I promise y'all boys, I am not trying to cheat y'all, man. We are on Heisman. Just in case y'all don't believe me, here you go, man. We are on Heisman difficulty. Ohio State would go down and cut the lead to only a field goal, but I'm right back at it, picking up a quick gain of 11 yards. It is now the 4th quarter, still the same drive though, but we facing the 3rd and 14. It was supposed to be a screen pass, but he misses the block and we get stopped well short. Luckily, our defense keeps them from scoring 2, but facing another 3rd down at the 3rd and 8, the QB cannot get the ball out in time. Up there at the top left-hand corner, y'all see I broke 200 yards again, and I'm not done yet, especially now that the game is tied. They keep putting the ball in your boys' hands, and I'm coming through at the most important time of the game, man. This is the most important drive. But we end up having to go into overtime with Ohio State. At the 3rd and 8, I'm the only one that's freed up. The defense is right there as soon as I make the catch, man. And just like that, in overtime, we would take our first loss of the season with the final score being 30-27. And yeah, man, if I'm being real, these ones hurt the worst when this is a real close game. But then again, we can't hang our heads down because it's real early in the season. We just got to be prepared for our next game. But your boy finished this one with 235 rushing yards off of 27 attempts and 3 touchdowns. Right back on our home turf, and we're taking on Nebraska, which is currently the number 4th ranked team in the nation. And after taking that loss last week, we end up dropping down to number 12. And I start this game off picking up a gain of 13. Starting this one off in motion, sticking to my route tree, fading out to the right and coming back inside. QB's gonna hit me across the middle, and I pick up some good yards after the catch. Corey Moore will get us our first 7 points of the game, and Nebraska doesn't score. And after converting the 3rd down for us, they're going to put the ball right back in my hands, and this time I get some open space. I know I'm dangerous when I see that green grass, man, cutting into that 30.
Big runs like this are just
2nd and 7, the ball's going right back in my hands again, cutting through that line, picking up an easy gain of 10 yards. Outside handoff inside the red zone. I break out of 1 tackle and still find enough space to get into that end zone for my first 6 of the game. Seconds left in the 2nd quarter, and it looks like we're going into the half with a 14-0 lead. First play coming back from halftime, I'm coming out the flat. At the top of my route, I'm fading the inside, trying to get open. He gonna find me across the middle, and off rip, we pick up a big reception.
But an explosive play for this passing game.
2nd and 11, sneaking out the backfield again, and QB gonna hit me. I spin out of one tackle and keep my feet moving until I get past that first down mark. Down inside the red zone, we facing up 4th and 4, and coach trusts me enough to put the ball in my hands, and I get us another touchdown, man. I do not disappoint.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy.
Surprisingly, Nebraska has still yet to put a single point on the board, not even a field goal. Meanwhile, I'm still out there dominating. We settled for a field goal the last drive, making it 24-0. But y'all see I'm determined to get into that end zone, slipping all these tackles before being brought down inside the 5. Score is now 31-7, and the game is over with 55 seconds left in the 4th quarter, but I'm still putting together some big plays.
Sophomore brought down after a nice run.
You know, I'd say this.
Feeling like it's only right to end the game off in a high note, I slip some more tackles and pick up a gain of 15.
To fight for yards. They bring him down, but that is a crucial for
This time taking a snap in wildcat formation, and I pick up another big gain off of this one.
more now.
I mean, it seems like every time this guy touches the ball, it's a nice
Outside handoff to the left, man, just being relentless. We're going to get to that end zone again.
Touchdown, Ducks. This offense really clicking.
So a surprisingly easy win against number 4 ranked Nebraska, with the final score being 38-7. And I finished this game with 211 rushing yards off of 32 attempts and 3
a
touchdowns.
bit of a shocker to me, just to be able to see this team get run all over.
So as y'all can see, man, I'm starting my sophomore season off pretty promising. I mean, y'all let me know if I'm tripping, but I don't think I had under 200 yards on any of those games. Even though we took that loss to Ohio State, we got things right back on track. And with the talent we got on our team, I feel like we could really take things far this season. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode, man. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.